The Ghana Police Service says it is going all out to ensure the armed gunmen who attacked a Bullion van Monday and killed 2 people in the process are arrested and brought to book. The police escort in the Bullion van was killed, as well as a 40-year-old mother of 3. A third victim, the driver of the van, is currently battling for his life at the Kollywood Teaching Hospital. Inspector General of Police James Oponbuenu has been to the home of the slain police officer to commiserate with the family. Manuel Karanting was with the delegation and filed this report.
Absolutely devastating scenes that we've been seeing in the past couple of hours that we've been here at the family house of Emmanuel Osei, the slain police officer from Monday afternoon's armed robbery attack. Indeed, the entire hierarchy of the police service has been here assuring the family of its utmost commitment to bringing the perpetrators of that heinous crime to books. It's been a bit more than just receiving the assurances of the Ghana Police Service. In fact, we've had family members, who have been wailing this entire period, sharing some of their really fondest memories of the gentleman whose death they are mourning. Emmanuel Osei is just about 10 days from becoming 26 years old. His birthday is on 25th of June, and he did not live to see his 26th birthday. We're learning that he passed out of the Ghana Police Training Academy less than a year ago. It's just about a month and a half to his 1-year anniversary since he passed out of the Ghana Police Training Academy. So it gives you an essence of the expectation really that the family had of him.
Saturday me hono ofia so sister me kwaba me nya dan bi wo hanti me kwaba wo betemenka na Monday yate sasem we a se na obefa no na me bisa se na ye ejuma because na obetene eku police ni wo ha sei o chon be ko na soja ni bi ewu ha sei o chon betene eku custom ni bi ato ha sei e cost too much enti dia me srene se Yenina yatioma we mu yehu de akoso wo ha. Akoso too much. Enti yenye bibi mfa ho. Ena me bisa se kobi kono koye ni asoma no. Ana se ono no de ne pekoye. Because yehu ahobambo bia ade wo no ho. No bulletproof, no helmet, no shield, bibi ani ho no mo. Ena yesi asoma no. Enti soma ne sen. Yanti asie, yadwuwa. Yanti asie. Enti me pacho me bisa o, so yasoma no, yasoma ne sen.
So she's questioning really the modus operandi of the police service. He's asking that was Emmanuel on an assignment, and if he indeed was on an assignment, what is the protocol for policemen if they're going on assignment? Are they supposed to be wearing some protective gear? If they are indeed supposed to, why wasn't he wearing? And these are questions that James Oponbuenu, the Inspector General of Police, has been assuring that the entire police architecture is fervently looking for answers to.
Your friend is a member. Na ye shoot to me no na say ye shoot no sesen and also mo di sika akọ baby na your friends ye shoot no kolebu house and am say na say dent na ye shoot no ado kono bambo ben na your friends mpanifo de man no nti a ye shoot no if say okọ baby a I say obi odi sika akọ baby de e wo say bambo bi de so we hemnet bi de your friends say you know de ye otimi shebi so we na we bibi anhye no na yesi onko. And
she's just reiterating the point that the lady made earlier about questioning the safety gear and so on that he was supposed to have been wearing.
I want justice for my brother. Justice is what is needed. Justice, because dying on the line of duty, it's not easy. He was serving the nation and he passed on. So all what's supposed to be given to him must be given. And all that is supposed to be done for him must be done. That's what we are pleading now. Leaving my mother behind, leaving my old boy behind. It's very painful. My daddy is a pensioner. My mommy, she's a trader. And he's the one taking care of my mother.
He moved out of the house less than 72 hours to his death, and that's something that is striking the family in more ways than one. We have learned that the Ghana Police Service has appointed a liaison officer between the family and then the service itself. In your shot currently behind me is the liaison officer currently speaking to the father and a few other members of the family on the arrangement on exactly how the service is going to proceed in conjunction really with the family as the investigations carry on.
Well, IGP James Opombwenu has vowed the service will not rest until the suspects are apprehended.
As I indicated, you know, when crimes are committed, you have procedure that you go through. You activate your informants and you take the necessary steps. Apart from intensifying your patrols and making sure that it doesn't occur again, you start your investigative processes, which we have already put in motion. If you recall, yesterday we issued a statement, and before that I had instructed the Commissioner CID to take over the case because of the importance we attach to it. So he has started, and I'm sure, as I indicated, we will definitely get them. We will get them.
Also announced a raft of measures being introduced to prevent a recurrence of such bullion van attacks. Key amongst them is a June 30 ultimatum for all banks to use only armored bullions to transport cash.
Let me assure you that we are not just sitting down. We have had a series of meetings with the banks and the companies that deal with cash. We call them cash in transit vehicle companies. And just before I came here, I had a meeting with the governor of the Bank of Ghana, as well as the members of the executive members of the Association of Bankers of Ghana. And these are issues that we discussed. And from now on, let's say from 30th of this month, any bank or any company that does not have a bulletproof, how do you call it, a bullion van, we are not going to provide any service for that company. So in actual fact, we are actually doing what we can to protect the people of Ghana. There's no society in the world where there's no crime. Even in the US, in the UK, Sweden, and all those countries where I would say they more or less have everything, they still have crime. The only place that doesn't have crime is heaven, and we are not in heaven.
Right, so let's bring you the outcome of that meeting between the IGP and the executives of the Ghana Association of Bankers, as well as the Bank of Ghana. So it says the Inspector General of Police, IGP James Opombwenu, has met with the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, executives of the Ghana Association of Bankers and Managing Directors of Banks in Ghana to discuss further solutions to minimize risk associated with moving cash in the country. The meeting, which was also attended by the Second Deputy Governor, Mrs. Elsie Ado Awaji, directors of BOG and members of the Police Management Board, reiterated that commercial banks will implement the use of standardized equipment for specie and cash in transit services by 30th June 2021. This will include services outsourced by the banks to any company that performs CIT duties. Now, the meeting also discussed other immediate, medium and long-term measures for banks to operate in safe and secured environments. Matters discussed included protective gear for police officers on bank security duties, security background assessment of staff used for cash duties, security of votes, and banking premises, among others. The police administration therefore assures its officers and the general public of the administration's commitment to protect the lives of police officers in the discharge of their constitutionally mandated duty of maintaining law and order. Residents of Adedingpo close to Jamestown have blocked entry and exit points to the community a day after a policeman and a 40-year-old mother of three were shot dead in an afternoon armed attack on a bullion van. Maxwell Agbagba was back at the crime scene to interact with residents, and a man who was very close to where the policeman was killed and report many of the shops in the community have been closed.
A cloud of grief still hangs on this community. A cloud of fear still hangs around, and when you speak to the residents, you get a sense of what their experience and the trauma that they are continuing to go through as a result of this robbery. Here is the convenience store where the 40-year-old mother of three used to do business. This place served as a place where many businesses dotted here in this community. The mechanics, the kinky sellers, all of them, when they want water, when they want drinks, this is where they come. But today, her shop is closed, and we're told that the family here has relocated. Now, this makeshift structure served as a place where the residents will usually sit during the day to discuss the game of football, to talk about boxing, to talk about anything that is of interest to them. Two men were in this building when the police officer was shot right here at the spot. The eyewitness who was in here says he was just lucky that he did not scream. You were in this room. Yes. What did you see?
I just lying down. The moment when I hear it, a gun shot him. Pow, pow, pow. Where I wake up my head. The moment when I saw his gentleman wear a cap.
He was wearing a cap.
A cap and a long sleeves and jacket.
He was in a long sleeves and a jacket. Earlier you were telling me that it looked like a bulletproof vest.
Yeah. I can see something like that. But the moment when the thing happened, you can't open your eye and watch everything very listen. So you have to hide yourself. So the moment when I see shooting two bullets, open the police side, shot again and took the gun and passed the bullet van back. Since that time, I also lied down, so I didn't come up again to see what is going on. Yeah.
But by natural instinct, you nearly screamed. Now, what happened? Your other friend who was with you, what happened to him?
What's he telling me now? Quiet, don't talk. So I have to calm down again. I didn't talk again. So after that, I didn't see anything going on again. What I see, they are run away before I take my phone and call the police. Now we are afraid. People we live in this community, we are all afraid because since yesterday I didn't sleep.
I've been passing here all the time. I've even told him that even when they pass here, they throw all their glass and giving them wonder. They shouldn't use the bullion vans to pass here because this place is not good place for them to use a bullion van to pass on this lane because this place is roughly, you see. So the moment I heard that this car has been attacked, this is what I said. You see, it has come on. You see.
So you actually want the bullion van driver not to be using this?
Yeah. That's what I told you.
But any idea why he continued?
Okay, the idea that I have is, I've been seeing that, you see the junction there getting to Palladium, to the other junction over there. There's a huge traffic over there, so he wanted to dodge.
Busy timber market is just some meters away from this place. It's just 100 meters away from this place. So in here, you find mechanics who do business here. So you see all these vehicles here. So you find the owners of these vehicles coming here to visit the mechanics to check up on their cars. So there are a lot of activities here. This is a pub. This is a drinking spot, which is here. Earlier, I came here to get water. The woman who sells the water, in fact, when she saw me approaching, her face changed. And she told me that is what it feels like now doing business in this community. Now, this is a place where they sell kinky, women busy doing business. That was what was happening here in this community when the robbers invaded this busy place and then attacked the bullion van. I want to show you what happened yesterday. So the residents tried blocking the road using this metal here. The operation, we are told, lasted 3 minutes, and they tried blocking the road using this metal. But unfortunately, the robbers used another exit. They used the other side, so they were able to get away from the community. Now, these things were put here today because the community members tell me that they don't want anyone to use their space as a thoroughfare for now. They say they are grieving, and it is important for them to be able to grieve in peace.
Despite being shot Monday, the driver of the Bullion van survived thanks to the incredible work done by doctors at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. The doctors explained it took more than 6 hours to stabilize a 35-year-old for an operation late Monday evening. Head of the Accident and Emergency Unit at the hospital, Dr. Frederick Kwarting, tells Joy News' Manuel Karanting they had to retrieve several pellets from the driver's chest and limbs.
Him was to us at Accident, who happens to be the driver of the Bullion van. He had sustained gunshot injuries to the chest and to the limbs. He was in a very bad situation. He was in shock, and our assessment showed that the bullets had penetrated the chest wall and damaged vessels and was bleeding heavily into the chest. He also had bullets in the thoracic spine, and also the gunshot injury damaged the right hand. There were pellets in the whole of the right upper limb, in the arm and in the forearm. As soon as he was brought, though he was fully conscious, he was drowsy and was in shock with very low blood pressures. In fact, his blood pressure was about 80 systolic and 50 diastolic. So it means he was in a severe shock, and we started resuscitation. We tried to stabilize him. Now, in the process of the resuscitation, we noticed that even though we were giving him much fluids and blood transfusion, his blood pressure kept dropping. And so we did further evaluation and realized he was bleeding actively in the chest and had accumulated a lot of blood in the chest, which would have been detrimental to his survival. So as an emergency procedure, we put a chest tube into the chest to drain the blood. But we realized that whilst we were draining the blood, he was still bleeding profusely in the chest. So yesterday in the night, around 9 p.m., he was rushed to theater by the cardiothoracic surgeons, where he had thoracotomy done. In other words, surgery that opens into the chest to stop all the bleeding points and to be stabilized. As we speak, he had surgery yesterday and he is fairly stable, but is still on the recovery wards.